Welcome back to the Aslan Health Podcast. Today, we're on part 2 of our 3-part series on heart rate variability. As we learned, HRV provides a powerful signal from your body, one that can give you incredible insight into your health, your stress response, your recovery, and your resilience. So if you missed episode 1, I encourage you to go back and listen to the HRV Reveal, your nervous system's dashboard, where we explored heart rate variability, why it matters, and how it reflects your nervous system's ability to flex and recover. Today, we move to Reset, tracking HRV, the do's and don'ts with practical tips and some instructions. Because HRV is not just something to observe, it's something to track. This will allow insightful tactical corrections along your health journey. This metric can facilitate optimizing your health and lifestyle interventions as you observe how your choices affect your HRV, your health, your recovery, and your overall well-being. That way, HRV can become a tool for a deeper understanding of your physiology and a launchpad for wise health choices. Or for some, it can be a danger. It can be a new way to worry about your health status. And I'd really like to keep you from the latter. So, let's reset our thinking together. Let's build a simple, grounded relationship with your HRV data by learning how to track your numbers without losing your peace of mind. Are you ready? Let's grow.
Welcome to the Aslan Health Podcast, where science meets soul. Your host for this program is Dr. Mike Hauman, an experienced physician, a certified functional medicine provider, a certified insight coach practitioner, and a devoted follower of Jesus Christ. If you're tired of feeling stressed out, exhausted, overwhelmed, or stuck in survival mode, you're in the right place. So take a deep breath. Let's be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Here's Dr. Mike.
To recap, in the last episode, we explained that heart rate variability, HRV, is the beat-to-beat variation in the timing of normal heartbeats. It's the micro-variation between heartbeats. HRV reflects the modulation of your heart by the autonomic nervous system, particularly the effects of the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic system tone. As a result, it provides a useful and powerful window to view your body's recovery and resilience through the lens of your nervous system. The purpose of tracking your HRV, then, is to provide understanding regarding what affects the HRV for you. That information can lead to interventions and decisions that positively impact your health and well-being. That data is unhelpful for control and manipulation, and it's useless for comparison with other people's data. So, your HRV tracking should lead to wisdom, not worry, to stewardship, not obsession, to restoration, not rumination. With that being said, what are typical HRV numbers? Well, a normal HRV depends heavily on several items. Which device you use as a monitor determines which metric is used to calculate and report your data. For example, the Oura or Whoop use a different metric than the Apple Watch. Secondly, your recording window, a duration of 10 seconds versus 1 minute or overnight, 24 hours, they can all provide a different outcome in the same individual. Just like a snapshot does not tell the same story as a short or a full-length feature. Each has its purpose. And finally, your age, fitness level, and personal baseline matter. Generally speaking, across the population, HRV is highest in physically fit 20-year-olds, for example, and it declines normally over time as we age. So to get a clearer picture, let me lay out a few helpful principles. Reset Principle 1. A clean signal beats more data. HRV is sensitive, and that's part of why it's helpful. But that sensitivity also means that it can be lost in the noise, busyness, and chaos of life. So here's your first reset principle. Don't chase more readings, just get a clean, clear signal. Well, what does that mean? Measure it consistently, compare it to your baseline, watch for trends, and not single drops. A low reading on one day does not mean that you're failing or that you're sick or that you need to cancel your life plans to recover. Give your wearable some time to establish an accurate baseline for you and to understand your individual uniqueness. After you have several weeks of data, then you may begin to identify isolated low readings that may signal a variety of things. For example, I slept poorly, or you overtrained, you're dehydrated, you're emotionally spent, or you're overstressed. Remember, HRV is a messenger with a status report regarding your nervous system's condition and state of recovery. It provides the report, which you must then interpret given the context of your life. Reset Principle 2. Understand your wearable's language. That means we need to talk about devices. I mentioned this topic in the previous episode. I recorded a lecture with slides discussing common wearables. That video is available on YouTube if you're interested. Just access the link in the show notes for today. Essentially, most consumer wearables either use optical sensors called photoplethysmography or ECG, which are electrically based readings depending on the device that you choose. But either way, the device is only as good as the signal it acquires, which is also fed to the algorithm that interprets it. So the better the input, the better the output. So let's walk through 4 popular options. Now, I have no affiliate status and no commercial bias, just my experience and professional opinion regarding what you use. The Oura Ring. It measures HRV during sleep, which is when you're least likely to move. That gives a clean and clear signal. Its recovery score blends HRV with resting heart rate, body temperature, and sleep quality for a very robust scoring outcome. I personally find it to be the best option for nighttime HRV, for recovery insights and sleep quality. Next, Whoop Strap. This assigns a recovery score based on your HRV, sleep, heart rate, and more. I find it's excellent for athletes and high performers who want to train intelligently. I find it's best for athletic training, athletic performance optimization, and for daily body recovery scoring. Next, Apple Watch. This captures HRV at various points during the day. That means that your readings may be more scattered, still useful, but less ideal for clean baselines. I find it's a good choice for general users who just want a general health, fitness, and lifestyle tracking. And finally, the Fitbit. This includes HRV in its sleep score and its wellness dashboards. It's good for wellness-focused users who want simplicity. Ultimately, select a device that you will wear and a platform that fits your lifestyle. Otherwise, it will become just another gadget that gets lost with other discarded tech in your junk drawer. Reset Principle 3. Don't compare across devices. Different devices measure HRV in different ways. They use different sampling windows, different sensors, and unique metrics. So if your Whoop provides one number and your Apple Watch says another, that's not a contradiction. It's a translation issue. Don't compare Whoop to Apple, which is like comparing apples to oranges. Compare your data from one device only to other scores from the same device. Reset Principle 4. Add context to gain understanding. When you look at your HRV score, ask these 3 things. How did I sleep? How do I feel? What did I do yesterday that may have impacted my score today? Now that's wisdom, because without context, HRV becomes a random number. Without the context of your life, that number can be a false prophet. And friend, we do not need more false prophets. Reset Principle 5. Don't let fretting over your HRV create a new form of anxiety. Some people wake up, check their HRV, and let the number dictate their mood. Oh, my HRV is low. I'm doomed. Today will be terrible. Friend, that's not useful health information. That's superstition with a Bluetooth connection. Instead, do this. If you observe a lower than expected HRV score, respond with self-compassion, knowing that your body is working harder than usual to recover. You might then choose to hydrate better, reduce your training intensity, add a nap to your day, add more protein, reduce an unnecessary stressful activity that you have scheduled, or just be more mindful of your diet and your internal self-talk. That's the point of this data, to guide stewardship, not to feed fear or increase your burden. Which brings us to a great question. What are some common things that decrease HRV, especially in the short term? Well, think to yourself, a lower HRV score is the result of these things: more strain, less recovery, more sympathetic dominance, higher allostatic load, and lower vagal tone. So your common context clues will include sleep deprivation, alcohol intake, acute illness, body inflammation, overtraining or insufficient recovery from activity, psychological stress, pain, dehydration, heat stress, jet lag, heavy meals, all those things. And on the flip side, the common things that increase HRV over time, well, think to yourself, better recovery, greater capacity, parasympathetic balance, lower allostatic load, and stronger vagal tone. With your lifestyle context clues, these include consistent, adequate restorative sleep, improved aerobic fitness, appropriately dosed training with true recovery days, slow-paced breathing practices, reduced alcohol consumption, vagus nerve exercises or stimulation, effective stress regulation practices like prayer or gratitude, mindfulness, time outdoors, positive social connections, just to name a few. Friend, how about you try this basic experiment, a simple 7-day HRV reset plan? For 7 days, track several items, the ones that are most appropriate for you. First, check and log your HRV each day at the same time, ideally in the morning. And then, for example, document the following: your sleep duration and quality. Ask yourself, did you consume alcohol? Was your exercise or your training light, moderate, hard? What's your perceived stress level? Low, medium, high? And at the end of the week, you'll begin to notice some trends. And trends are powerful. They provide feedback, and feedback can create wisdom, helping you to know which levers yield the most powerful changes for you personally. And friend, wisdom is valuable and precious. James 1:5 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him." Now, God does not promise you will get perfect data or a lower HRV, but He does promise to give you wisdom if you ask and if you pursue understanding. And when it comes to HRV, wisdom is far greater than your number. Let your tracking serve your transformation, not your anxiety. Allow His peace, which passes all understanding, to guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus as you trust and rest in Him. As a final encouragement today, I'm sure that some of you listening have lived for years with a nervous system that never truly powers down and fully recovers. Consider this a compassionate reminder that your body is speaking up through your HRV. Not to shame you, not to fault you, but to guide you to better health and well-being. My friend, there is hope, as Paul reminds his young protege in 2 Timothy 1:7. For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. Let that sound mind lead you. Let it help you track, but not obsess. Respond, not just react. Reset, and not retreat. Friend, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord. This is Dr. Mike Hauman with the Aslan Health Podcast. Please subscribe and follow for our final episode on this topic, when we'll dive into practical, research-informed ways to raise your HRV in the Renew episode. Not by chasing your numbers, but by forming habits, by creating the kind of life that your nervous system can actually thrive in. Until then, may the Lord give you clarity, peace, His presence, and the courage to reset your heart rate variability. God bless you, my friend.